Review and synopsis of Dexter Resurrection Episode 9. Dexter is pushed over the edge by a crushing death. All year long, Dexter Resurrection has been a ticking time bomb, with every episode getting closer to the explosive moment. As Dexter Morgan, Michael C. Hall, tries to hide his true identity from serial killer superfan Leon Prater, Peter Dinklage, and his muscle, Charley, Uma Thurman, the show has focused on his new feelings and his relationship with his son Harrison, Jack Alcott, as well as the approaching presence of his old Miami Metro friend Angel Batista, David Zayas, week after week. In The Kill Room Where It Happens, Episode 8, Prater discovered Dexter and Harrison together in a restaurant, causing worlds to clash. In Touched by an Unhell, Episode 9, Batista and Prater learn too much. A wild season finale is built up by the startling conclusion of the penultimate episode of Dexter Resurrection. In Dexter Resurrection Episode 9, Angel observes Dexter's encounter with Leon Prater. As Dexter watches, hardly concealing his anger, Leon Prater shakes Harrison's hand and introduces himself at the start of the new episode. Unaware of what is happening, Harrison tells Prater how much of a fan he is. He begins to continue, even mentioning his name, but Dexter interrupts and requests that he talk to Leon outside. Charley is standing across the street on the sidewalk, smiling mischievously, while an unidentified photographer snaps pictures. Even though Prater dislikes surprises, especially the son reveal, he still believes Dexter is at least Ronald "Red" Schmidt. Prater acknowledges that Charley is worried about whether Red is the cause of the serial killer club's disintegration, even though he is still a supporter. Prater desires Dexter's trust. What about Red telling him about himself in a private encounter later? As long as Harrison is left alone, Dexter concurs. Harrison returns inside and wonders why his father is hurriedly leaving the hotel restaurant by a back exit so they won't be noticed or followed. However, it fails because someone's eyes are on it. Harrison is informed by Dexter about Prater's group and his participation in it. The son is somewhat shocked, but he doesn't pass judgment on the father. Angel comes behind them and starts to follow them as they head for the train, acting as the watching eye. Harrison connects the horrifying dots as they stroll. Dexter killed his mother when he approached the Trinity killer too closely. Prater could now murder him. Dexter assures him that won't occur and that everything will be alright. They split off on the subway, with Dexter running out as the door closes to make sure he's not being followed. It's a wise move even though he doesn't see Angel because the former homicide investigator can't follow his target because he's now stranded on the train. Angel discovers Prater in his pictures later, but unlike Harrison, he doesn't know who he is. Batista won't try to figure it out if he's intelligent. In Dexter Resurrection Episode 9, Dexter threatens Charley. Harrison is asked whether he would like to work at an event at Leon Prater's estate to earn extra money at work, but he is told no. As he is leaving, his supervisor approaches him regarding a request for room service. Oh my, will his girlfriend be the one to surprise him? No, it's Charley. Harrison informs Dexter about it over the phone later. Charley asks why Harrison's last name isn't Schmidt, and the scared son answers his now-irate father. One step away from Dexter Morgan, she is aware that he is Harrison Morgan. She pulls out her gun, places it on the table, and invites Harrison to sit down while she explains that she is screening him for working Prater's event. Harrison gives her a version of the facts, stating that Hannah's last name was Morgan and that his father abandoned him when he was 5 years old. Charley burst out laughing when he told her that he had located his father and was disappointed to learn that he was a rideshare driver. Dexter wants Harrison to stay with him, but he is proud that he told just enough truth to make himself sound credible. Blessing, Ntare Guma Mbaho Mwine, who is still upset with Dexter, approaches him for a conversation. He receives forgiveness and an embrace after expressing regret and admitting his error. He asks Blessing to get Harrison up from work because he needs a favor and says Harrison is having some problems. Dexter locates Charley's vacant house using hotel records and learns that she stole Harrison's fingerprints. Dexter is the one who is composed for once, while Harry, played by James Remar, who is typically composed, is the one who is angry because she is having an affair with his son. As he heads upstairs, he notices a nurse tending to an old patient in a hospital bed. When Charley visits her mother, she goes to a different room in her own house rather than a hospital. Harry tells Dexter he can't be lenient with her because of that before he leaves, and a furious Dexter swears he won't. The original dark passenger later shows up behind Charley as she climbs into her car, securing a metal cord around her neck. He says that if she tries anything with her rifle, he would cut off her neck. Dexter tells Charley as she drives that he went to see her mother today and that he saw pictures of Charley, who had a silver star in the Delta Force. He wants to know how she became a criminal after being a hero. It turns out that she was employed by a private security detail when she first met Prater. He paid to care for Charley's mother after learning of her illness, but there was a price for it.